Riley Red Company has $80,000 in capital funds available for investment. The Capital Investment Committee at the company is currently considering 2 capital investment projects, and you see the data in front of you in the table. Now, each project requires an investment of $80,000. Straight-line depreciation will be used and no residual value is expected. The committee has selected a rate of 20% as the minimum average rate of return for capital investments. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is calculate the average rate of return. And we use the formula you see on the screen. Take the estimated average annual income and divide it by the estimated average investment. So let's slide down and show us how we could calculate this. Okay, so they gave us $80,000 as the cost. They gave us a residual value of 0. So if we want to calculate the estimated average income, first we take the $44,000, that's the total income, right? If we slide back up, that's income from operations. So $44,000 for project A, divided by 5 years, you get $8,800. That's your average annual income. Then we have to calculate the estimated average investment. So take the beginning cost plus the residual value, which is 0, divided by 2. We come up with $40,000. So if we want to calculate the ARR, we take $8,800 divided by 40,000, multiply it times 100 to turn it into a percentage, and we get 22%. Okay, so if we take a look at Project B, we slide back up. Project B had income from operations of $42,000. So now take $42,000 divided by the 5 years. We come up with average annual income of $8,400. The estimated average investment doesn't change. We divide $8,400 by 40,000. We get 21%. So what we see is both projects exceed the minimum average rate of return. So these are projects that the company should take on. Okay, next we have to calculate simple payback. And now what I have is a table of the cash flows, right? So for project A, here's the cash flows. So here's the cumulative cash flows. But remember, you got to start with the $80,000 and then subtract it out as you go to see what your balance is. So what we see is after 4 years, we go negative. So we've got to take the positive value at the end of 3 years, 4,000, and calculate a partial year. The 4,000 divided by the next year's cash flow. That's the 24,000 there is 1/6. So the payback period for Project A is 3.167 years. Now, let's take a look at Project B next. Now, Project B, it works out equally, or evenly, we should say, with cash flows of 30,000, 26,000, and 24,000 in each of the first 3 years respectively. When we do the remaining investment, we take the 80 minus the 30,000 to come up with 50 and subtract out 26. We got a balance of 24,000, and that's exactly what we have at the end of 3 years. So the payback for Project B is 3 years.